Okay, so I'll be speaking on decentralized internet and interoperability. I know these might sound strange to some people, but I'm happy to simplify my presentation. So my name is Popeblack Joseph, though I'm popularly known as Popeblack. That's my Web3 name. Okay, so on today's presentation, I'll be speaking on what is internet, who controls the internet, what is centralized internet, how is the internet centralized, what is decentralized internet, how is the internet decentralized, blockchain and Web3, and how do we come in secret network. So for those who are new here, so secret network is a layer 1 blockchain built with Cosmos ecosystem. We focus on privacy in Web3. We give users back the control and ownership of the data on the blockchain. So what is internet? If I should ask people here what is internet, we don't have an actual definition for the internet. Some would say an internet is a big cloud, or an internet is a big network up there. Most people don't have an actual definition for the internet. Most people don't even know who created the internet, or we all have access to the internet. And I would love to define the internet, or say the internet is a global network communication system. Why do I say so? It's because it allows us to interact. It allows you and I to interact globally with no restriction. And it has created a lot of development, advancements to human. You know, I can't imagine, because I want to send a letter or a message to my sister abroad, I'll have to look for a carrier pigeon to forward the message and send it over. I wonder if that pigeon will ever land in the UK. So, you know, thanks to the internet, we are able to communicate globally. So this is a visual of how the internet works, just a portion of the internet. I don't know if you've seen this before. So who controls the internet? Have you ever wondered who controls the internet? So most people think probably government controls the internet, or maybe there are some private guys who controls the internet, but actually nobody controls the internet. And in a bigger sense, everybody controls the internet. What do I mean? The internet is made up of a large number of independently operated networks, which is fully distributed. What does that mean? It means now everybody can own an internet. We have private organizations, we have government, we have stakeholders, and we have organizations who also, you know, contribute to the internet. It's been distributed across the whole global world. Let me make an analogy, maybe to you people understand much more better. So now think of internet as a global network of roads. Now in Lagos, they have their own state road, they have federal road. And this road is not being controlled by Lagos state government. They have road across the whole state, and it's not being controlled by a single person, but rather it's being controlled by state governments, private roads, organization, and so on. Same thing applies to the blockchain, to the internet. It's being controlled by everybody, depending on, okay, which aspect are you coming from. So yeah, here is just an illustrative image showing, okay, this is how the internet looks like. Now, what is centralized internet? You know, most people are familiar with internet, but do we know the internet is actually centralized? A centralized internet refers to the structure and governance model where control, data storage, and access are managed by limited numbers of entities and or organizations. What do I actually mean by this? You know, to be frank, most of us, most of everyone, or actually everyone, whatever it is we do on the internet, it's being controlled, owned, and managed by a limited organization. Like almost every year has a Facebook account, has an Instagram account, TikTok account. Almost everybody here uses search engine, especially Google, to be precise. And people might be wondering, how actually is the internet centralized? Because most people think, okay, I'm using the internet, how is it even centralized? So large corporations dominate all aspects of our lives. Companies like Facebook, Google, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, and several others. These guys decide how we use Facebook. If they decide to block your Facebook account tomorrow, there is nothing you can do about it. They will just give you all form of write-up, telling you violated their terms and conditions without proper, you know, investigation if you actually did. Several people have been blocked, several people have been restricted, and lots of things are going on. In Egypt, you can't use WhatsApp call because it's being controlled by probably the government or centralized body because they own it. So there's limits to what you can do. And there are a lot of things they do with your data, which brings me to, okay, this is an illustrative image of how the internet is being centralized, concentrated on a particular organization or entity. So the concentration of control and data is on one central point, with the server being much larger and dominant over the smaller devices. So let's assume, so this is the internet. Most of us are connected to this large data. It means whatever happens to that large data affects everyone. So what do they actually do with your data? Sorry. Okay. So what do they do with your data? They predict your behavior. Have you ever wondered, whenever you search something on e-commerce websites, maybe on Jumia or Konga, or just browse anything online, maybe you're trying to get an item online, whenever you search for those things, whenever you're on Instagram or Boom Player, Odo Player, you keep seeing those adverts. Have you ever noticed that? And this is because they are able to predict your behavior. Now, if you spend much time on social media, believe me, they know what kind of content you consume most time because they collect this data. And they collect this data without most people knowing about it because you guys gave them the permission to collect this data. And of course, they still collect some of those data without your consent. Also, it becomes a valuable monetary asset to them. Have you ever wondered why Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram allow you to use their platform for free without collecting anything from you? Did you ever wonder how they make their money beyond just helping products advertise their products or their businesses? Do you ever wonder how they make all those money? They make those monies off our data. We are the valuable assets to them. We are the one giving them that resources, that revenue. Facebook is making billions of dollars yearly. And because they are using our data, with our data, they sell it to advertisers. Advertisers tailor what we need to us. Also, we become more visible to private institutions, government, and bad actors. Believe me, private institution knows you better than yourself. They know what you like, what you don't like. They know where you spend your time. They know where you go to. They know almost everything about you, more than you even know yourself, through the data that has been collected by some of these giant guys. And it's unfortunate, and to be honest, in Africa, we are kind of lacking behind when it comes to data management. Mostly because most people are not really well educated about how to stay secure, private, using the internet. Okay, which brings me to how can we have a much more decentralized internet? Now, talking about decentralized internet, a decentralized internet is a network model where control and data are distributed across numerous independent nodes worldwide, rather than being concentrated in the hands of a few central authorities or corporations. In other words, now we don't actually have to depend on Mark Zuckerberg or any of the central authorities in order to have access to the internet or probably communicate globally. We don't have to have all of our data being controlled by a single person. Most of us don't know what these entities use our data for. They tell us your data is safe, your WhatsApp message is end-to-end encrypted, but believe me, until something happens, then you know that's all lie. There's nothing that's encrypted. Most of those data can be read by anybody, and you might not even be aware of that. And if you notice, most government organizations has kind of a private communication that exclude WhatsApp and social media you know of, because they don't trust them, because they can't be trusted. It's been centralized. But having a much more decentralized, ecosystem, now you don't have to trust this person. It's been trustless. You just believe whatever it is I'm doing, it's safe, it's private, it's secure. So how is the internet decentralized? So the internet becomes decentralized through technologies like blockchain, Web3, where data is distributed across a network of computers. Now, for instance, if someone needs your data, there is no way they can have all your data at one single point. Like for Facebook, if I'm to request for your data from Facebook or I want to run an advert, Facebook and one way collect all your personal data into a particular place and sell it to advertisers one way or the other, even though they tell you they don't. At the end of the day, there is no way you could distribute your data across multiple nodes because it's centralized. But with the blockchain, it's possible, whereby now nobody can have an actual, overview of you or actual all your data in a particular place. I don't know if you really understand what I'm saying. So, how does this work? It promotes ownership and control. It means now you own your data. Nobody can collect your data. Nobody can use your data against you. Nobody can predict your next movement. They can't even predict what food they're going to eat. There was something I noticed, though it's unconfirmed yet. Now they can even collect your voice note and probably know what you want or know what you don't want without your permission. If ever notice, check your permission. If you probably denied WhatsApp permission to allow recording on your phone, then check if probably check your phone activities if there are some activities which you are not aware of that are going on. Most of these things do happen. You notice maybe you might say something casually, maybe you need something or want to go to something, and then maybe 2-3 days after you see something similar to that thing, connecting the dots, but not exactly. These are data. These guys are professionals. They are doing it. Data analysis is beautiful, but it shouldn't be used. We shouldn't be used as a tool for them, but rather it should be used to promote, individual, but not, to use us as a tool for monetization. Also, blockchain includes smart contracts, interoperability, trustless environment, tokenization, and digital assets. Okay, here's a video. Please, can I play the video? So here's a very short video of how one of the infrastructure bits on the blockchain works compared to reward assets. Okay, the video will be played soon.
While we wait for that, let me just announce that tomorrow we have more sessions coming up here at this same venue. Very interesting sessions and amazing panelists that we up this stage, come in time, and so you can just milk every single thing that the CoCreate, NITDA CoCreate West Africa has in store for you this year, 2024. Tomorrow, don't forget to be a part of this. But hey,
Okay, so here is how transaction is being done on the blockchain, and each and every of this transaction is recorded on the block. It means it cannot be changed, it cannot be altered. And here's another video of how code is being transported with multiple security, and you can see causing everyone to hold up on the street because they needed to transport this to the treasure house. But seamlessly transacting without wasting time, without central authority. Of course, I understand we need regulation. Okay, to the next slide. So now this is an illustrative image showing how decentralized a network can be. So the network forms a web-like structure, emphasizing the equal distribution of control and data across many points, representing a system where no single point has control over the entire network. So in this sense, now Facebook, Twitter, or any social media cannot decide what you want or how they want you to behave, but rather you can behave freely the way you should, not being controlled or not being aligned or probably influencing your decisions. Rather, allow you to make those decisions freely without any actual central authority. So talking about the blockchain, a lot of people define blockchain in different ways depending on which perspective you are seeing it from. The blockchain is a technology, a foundation layer that enables secure, transparent, and tamper-proof record keeping and transaction. And most people are familiar with cryptocurrency, BTC. Like most people tell you, I'm a crypto guy. What did they do? They buy BTC, and they don't know beyond that. But beyond Bitcoin, beyond cryptocurrency, the blockchain, it's beyond that. There are several layers being built on the blockchain. There are several blockchain applications, several blockchain ecosystem, and it includes smart contracts, various forms of decentralized application as well. So talking about Web3. So Web3 is a concept for a new iteration of the World Wide Web based on the principle of decentralization and blockchain technology. So incorporating elements like dApps, smart contracts, tokenization to create a user-centric internet. Talking about dApps, it means decentralized application. Now, nobody can control you. Nobody can determine what you do. Nobody can actually limit what you do. And at the end of the day, you own and control everything you do. Of course, still obliging to government or following up with regulation, being able to comply with stuff, with laws and rules. So now, most people usually ask, what's happening in Web3? What is Web3 all about? Is there anything going on there? Of course, there's a lot of things going on in Web3. You know, Web3 market cap is over $2.09 trillion. That's really a lot of money, probably bigger than Nigerian capital at the moment. $2.09 trillion. Also, of course, we have several people investing in Web3, several venture capitalists investing in Web3. We have over 1.9 billion venture capitalist funds being invested into Web3. This goes towards building application, building blockchain, and several other innovations to help make human experience or human life technologically better. Also, we have several big Web2 brands transiting to Web3 or utilizing some of this Web3 tech stack, which include Nike, BlackRock, Adidas, and several on. So, talking about this decentralized internet, how it could really help us, how it could give us back that ownership and control. A better, more empowering web for all. That's the promise of decentralization and blockchain technology. But something was missing. The blockchain was built public by default. It means your interaction, whatever it is you do on the blockchain, is public by default. This is beautiful. They are promoting transparency, but in the name of promoting transparency, our data should not be made public to do what to see. Because the government wants to be transparent, that doesn't mean they should allow everybody know the house address of each and every of the member, the Senate, or whoever it is. Or that doesn't mean they should have their personal life viewable or seen by the whole world. Of course, there should be a bridge between transparency and privacy. So while we are all busy building new protocols, application, and blockchain, there is one thing we seem to forget, which is privacy. Blockchain is beautiful. It's here to really amplify things. It's here to bring innovation, but there is no privacy in it. It was built public by default. And in the process, we might be building something even worse than what was before. It means building a public by default ecosystem whereby now I don't have privacy. Everybody can keep track of my life. They can see the store I went in. They can see the last thing I bought. They can see who sent me money. They can even see my payroll. They can even know what I'm doing online using the blockchain. This doesn't make sense. We should have some sort of privacy in it. There should be confidentiality. I should be able to choose what is public and what is private as a normal human being. Which is, and most people usually say the blockchain is private, but they are wrong. The blockchain has anonymity. What does that mean? It means we interact using wallet address, combination of figures and alphabets without revealing our actual identity. But believe me, we are already doing that. By complying to government using KYC, they know who you are. And if I'm at this event, I need to send you probably cryptocurrency. You send me a wallet address, and I will send you token. I'll go to Blockchain Explorer, scan that wallet address, see all you've been doing on the blockchain. That way, I can keep track of your life, see what you've been doing. So it's not private, it's just kind of not revealing to the world. But with KYC, definitely everybody gets to know each other one day. But with privacy, of course, if you know me, like you see me here, if you have my bank account number, you can't know the last person that sent me money. You can't have access to my transaction history for the month. You can't even know the last time I have access to my mobile banking app. So, that way, you are promoting privacy, keeping my data private and secure. Also, there are things you need to know about Web 2. In Web 2, we trust the server. What does that mean? So now, we all trust Mark Zuckerberg. We trust most of these big social media brands to keep our data safe, to keep our data private. Of course, there's no way for us to verify if actually our data are private or secure. When it comes to privacy as well, we trust them. But when it comes to the blockchain, we trust the network because I made mention it is a trustless environment. We interact with smart contracts and everything can be done without actually trusting a single person or entity. And privacy, there is none, which is where we come in. Okay, can you play that video first? The other video. So let me show you a video illustrating how things have been done on the blockchain.
Hey, you. Let me see your wallet.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Nice to meet you. What you got in here?
Wallet. So these are the blockchain works normally.
Don't forget
having your
got my
wallet,
transaction history.
seeing the coins you hold.
This is DeFi on Ethereum. Access private DeFi via MetaMask and experience confidential balances, transactions, zero front running, and much more. You can visit app.shadeprotocol.io to get started today.
So basically, these are it works using the blockchain. Whatever it is you do can be monitored, can be tracked, everything. There is no option to either keep some things public or private. And this is where we come in. The next slide, please. Okay, the solution. CoCreate Network, which is the brand I work with. I'm the lead for Africa, manager communities in Africa. So CoCreate Network, this is the first blockchain with customizable privacy. When I say customizable, it means we are able to comply with government, with regulation, and make things much more easier. It means you have the option to show to the whole world and the option not to. You have the option to decide what is private, what is not, and of course, you can still freely share with everyone to see. You know, you get to choose what you share, who you share it with, and how long you share it for. This protects users and empowers developers to build a better Web3. So this is a infographics on our ecosystem, the dApps built on our ecosystem, what they do, and how you can make use of it as well. Not basically how you can make use of it, but basically the application built on our ecosystem, what they do. And this is a DeFi application, NFT, exchanges, wallet, infrastructures, security, and several on. So this comes to the end of my presentation. My name is Popeblack Joseph, but popularly known as Popeblack. And this is my official email address, my Telegram handle, my Twitter handle. We'd love to keep in touch with everyone. Thank you.
A round of applause. Wonderful.